Hey y'all, you're in the bedroom with Tanya. You're in my new house right now, and in a few minutes I'm going over to the closing of my old house and this house to finalize the papers and all. And y'all, it's liberating. I feel like such a big girl. Like, I know I'm old, but you know, my husband always, it's not like I was a helpless woman, but he always handled the finances, you know, and he, like, I don't know, sort of gave me an allowance, and I just never, I don't know how to do it. It's just new to me, so my realtor thinks it's funny, but so it's really exciting, you know, and it just goes to show you that, you know, when you really put your mind to something, you can do it. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever it is, if you focus on it, and focus your mind and brain on what you want to do, whether it's this lifestyle we're talking about all the time, or whether it's a personal goal you have in mind for your finances or your job, you know, you can make it happen if you focus your efforts to that, you know. And I wanted to talk to you about, you know, media is bad enough, and technology and all that, of course, and young people don't seem to realize the difference in this, like people my age and older do, what a difference it is. It occurs to me, though, with all I've had going on, and with all, you know, I'll have just bam, 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 text after text from just, I might have 15 different texts from 15 different people when I go to my phone, you know, 20 minutes later. And, you know, the thing is, before we had texting, you didn't constantly just expect instant replies from people, and if you don't instantly reply them, because first of all, you only have two hands to type with, you know, and you only have so much time. People don't understand that. It's just like instantaneous gratification on anything else that we expect now. It's the same thing with the texting, and you know, you're just one person, so you have to just do the best you can. But what I was going to say about that is, when you're constantly getting these texts and you're constantly all this different feeding into your brain, it is really hard to focus and mainstream your mind on your goal, the goal at hand. And sometimes you have to just walk away from the technology. You have to just say, friends, I have to turn my phone off for a bit. I have had to say that recently because I just can't get anything done, you know. Or sometimes on the YouTube, y'all will talk to me, and I just, first of all, I want to respond under your comments like you're telling me to do, but I'm working on my phone right now, and I don't even have my other computer set up. So even when I click like on the comment, it only tells me like flag or like or cancel. It won't let me do it. So I try to respond a little bit, but I'll get better at that, especially in the summer when I have a little bit of time off. But so bear with me, you know. I just, my son thinks I'm like an alien to the technology, but you know, he's almost 16. And by the way, somebody said he looked like an unhappy kid, and which is funny because the last time I put him on video, I did like that so you could see him, and it was just funny because, you know, teenagers have that look on their face. You know, and really he's listening to his remix that he's composed over there on his earphones, and he's thinking, Lord, is my mom making another video? He is the happiest kid, and he is just, anything I ask him to do, he jumps up and does with the best attitude in the world. And he really does, so I have to give it to him for that. But I want to talk to you about also ripe fruit. People are not eating their fruit ripe. If you're finding you're having indigestion problems and it's with fruit, first of all, you could be combining incorrectly. If you eat a big raw till 4 meal last night and you're not a fast digesting person like I'm not, if I ate, I don't know, a huge platter of rice and some steamed veggies last night, okay, yay me, right? Well, if I got up this morning, and say I ate it about 7 or 8 last night, I got up this morning and had this 64 ounces of orange juice. Well, what's going to happen is some of those carbs in your system from the night before are not digested. The quick sugars and quick digestion of that juice is going to run into what you had last night. I don't combine fruit with cooked grains like that. Oh no. That isn't a bombo combo waiting to happen. So you can wake up feeling fine because that's still digesting and there's no problems, you know. There's no train cars running together. But then you have that other, and then all of a sudden your stomach hurts and you're thinking, oh, I can't drink juice. It's not that you can't drink juice, you just have to combine correctly. You know, if you're going to have fruit and then cook starch, or that anywhere near each other, you need to have fruit on an empty stomach. Fruit, then you could wait an hour or so, and then you could have the other because the fruit's already gone through. Just think of it like that, like fruit and fruit juice is a fast train. If you've got, that's the engine. If you've got a slow box car up here that's just barely rolling along, they're going to run into each other. This is not what we want. So we're going to talk more about food combining later. Also, I saw something interesting. I heard it on the radio this morning. I'm just listening to Whistle 100, you know, my country channel, and then I'm hearing this fact, this poll they did, and so somebody's come up with this statistic that now women over 47, it is not acceptable to wear a bikini. I said, what? That's funny because I'm almost 43, and by my calculations, by the time I'm 47, I'm going to enter some kind of bikini contest. It's funny though. But you know what? The thing is, age means nothing to me. I am an ageless being. You know, it all depends on, too. I was going to say there's a lot of 20-year-old girls that don't look nearly as good as some 50-year-old women, but that's not even the point. The point is this: where are you in you today? Where are you in your journey? Do you feel good about you? Because guess what? Today, I am never going to be younger than I am today, ever. This is it. I might as well be 15. I will never be younger than I am today. Today's my first day. Every day I think, today is the first day of the rest of my life. I really feel like that, you know, and I'm not going to wait. You know, I'm not going to wait to have a sweet moment each day until I get it all done. I'm not going to. This house I'm living in, which you can kind of see, I don't even have my curtains up, but there's, look, my window, see there's huge trees, see that? It's just like an old brick ranch, and I'll fix it up over time, but you know, it's interesting. It's got these old windows, the kind with the, you know, the storm window and the double pane and the screen, and all the paint's peeling off of them. I mean, I'm glad I don't have little kids that might munch on that, but I don't even mind. It's the character of the house. It's what the house has been through. It's the tattered road that's brought me here. It's the same thing with this house. This house happens to be in the same neighborhood I grew up in from when I was 4 years old until I was 19. And my parents divorced and my mom couldn't pay for it anymore. Very similar to my situation in my old house. And so we had to move. And over the years, I would drive through here, and it's the only place that felt like going home. But I couldn't go home because somebody lived there in my house that I used to live in. But it was the road that took me home. And that house, I can look out my front window, and it's 3 houses up. And these trees, I used to know the boy that lived here when I was a kid, and I climbed in these trees. I was a tomboy. I rode my dirt bike back in his woods. This house has, it's nothing big. It's just a small little ranch house, but it does have 3 acres of wooded land. And I can look out my backyard, and yesterday I saw a deer out there, and it's peaceful. It's peaceful for me, you know. Somebody else might not even want it because it's got a major highway running not too far from it. You can kind of hear outside, or you know, it's not a new house. It's not but it's my house, and it's me having my start today, that everything's okay, you know, that it doesn't matter. I'm not going to wait, just like you shouldn't wait to have your lifestyle change until everything's in place. That's like a person saying, I'll have a baby when, you know, we can afford it. I've had 2 kids, you'll never afford it. You know, or I'll do that when my kids are grown. You know what? I'm a grandma. Your kids are never grown. I mean, I'm almost 43, and my mom is 62, and you know what? She'll say, "You're never grown. You're always my baby. When you hurt, I hurt." You know, so don't wait. Now's the time. And you know, say for breakfast say you went through Burger King. I don't care if you had a sausage croissant. Well, you know what? That was then, and this is now. This is this minute. Look at each meal. Break it down. It's not the whole thing. Oh, today I vow I'm never going to eat cooked foods again. You know what you're vowing? You're vowing for failure. If you're starting from a sad diet and you're saying that, it's a road and it's a journey. And you're going to fall. And like I said yesterday, those falls and those scrapes on your knees remind you of where you've been, where you're going. So I just wanted to tell you that. And I want to remind you about the ripe fruit again. I don't know that I said this. Ripe fruit is imperative. People are not eating ripe fruit. Look, if you're not sure, like you're not used to eating mangoes, look it up online. What does a really ripe mango look like? You can hold it and take your thumb and with enough pressure puncture through. You eat a mango that you're really having to saw, you're asking for it. You're going to have a sour stomach. You know, you don't want that. So, you know, look that up. Make sure we're eating ripe fruit. That's what your body wants, and that's what your body craves. But anyway, let me show you outside, and then I'll let y'all go. Look. See it? I'm so happy. And just remember, you know, today's the first day. It's the first day of the rest of your life. Bye, y'all.